Hello Beyblade fans and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have ScorpioSpear UX14 070 Zap. And of course, the Scorpio Beyblade finally returns to Beyblade. And of course we have the Beyblade X logo here. We have a great product image of our Beyblade ScorpioSpear taking out fellow balance type Crimson Garuda. And of course, on the side profile here, we do have the ScorpioSpear showing the gimmick of how it is shields and then attack mode. And of course, we do have the back of the packaging here. And of course, we do have ScorpioSpear's owner. And I will be showing the name on the screen as I am not entirely sure how to pronounce it. And I do not want to butcher the name. And of course, we do have ScorpioSpear's gimmick, which is as the zap bit rotates around the extreme line, it moves this little plastic piece on the bottom side of our metal layer, and it goes from a defensive mode to an attack type mode, and the scorpion's stingers kind of regress into the body of the main blade, and we have at least the stinger part left. We do have the obligatory product shots. We have Zap, which is basically Excel and Point if they had a baby, and it ended up being Zap. And then we have 070. I'm not entirely sure why they gave it 070. We could have probably had 060, but 70 is that good mid-range, while of course 0 is not always the best. And then of course ScorpioSpear, which is one of the, if not the heaviest blade in the mainline Beyblade X game at the moment. Out of UX, CX, BX, it happens to be the Scorpion that makes it to the fathomable 40 grams. Before we start talking about ScorpioSpear, we do have a Beyblade X winder launcher, and that comes with a longer Beyblade X ripcord. That is just the Samurai Saber and Xeno Excalibur ripcord, just in a yellow plastic. We'll start off with Zap. Zap is basically your point bit and Excel bit if they had a baby, which is Zap. Zap is basically like your point bit, where it is supposed to stay in the middle, and when it does stay in the middle, it's supposed to be more of a stationary balance type. But if you get hit, you can do what you do with point, and you can go zoom around the stadium, just like with your point bit. But with Zap, it's also effective in using any bit can activate the gimmick, but Zap is what it essentially is used for. It's used to zap that gimmick into place, and of course, also be a balance type. And as you can see, the ball here does protrude out. So unlike Unite, where Unite has an issue with the ball protruding out on the original model, this bit does protrude out, and you do have the ball part of it coming out a little bit, so you do have a more balanced type approach, even though you do have all this outer plastic that's going to make it act like an attack type. And of course, we do have our 070 here. 070, red and bluish ratchet here, and of course it does come with 0, which is going to be your 3 points of ratchet contact, and then the red color scheme for the plastic inlayer, and then the outside is blue, has the rectangular bit. Our main blade, which is ScorpioSpear himself. And first off, let's talk about this Scorpio motif. It is beautiful. The first time we've had Scorpio in a while, we had Rock Scorpio, we had Tripio and Plastic Gen. I do not believe, Burst fans, please correct me if I am wrong, I do not remember having a Burst Scorpio or Scorpion in general. So I do think it is one of the few bays from the Metal Fight Gen and Plastic Gen that skipped a generation. And it's back in Beyblade X, and it is a balance type. I believe Rock Scorpio was a defense type, and Tripio, I think, stamina. Plastic and Metal Fight fans, please let me know if I'm wrong. I'd appreciate it. And of course, it has this orange translucent plastic hooks and plastic insides, as most of the UX bays do have a plastic inside to take care of that metal as UX is more focused on gimmicks and having an outer side of metal. So like Drawn, Buster, one-hit KO, ScorpioSpear, gimmick, plastic on the inside that makes, when you have the bit attached, it goes and moves around. And as you can see here, each metal contact point is not, I wouldn't say sharp, like this isn't sharp whatsoever, but it is gonna look like it might hit like a tank, especially what type of weight you have. And when you have this little plastic layer here, it does add an additional sharp attack. Just showing you the metal part here. I do like the design of the Scorpion as like in the main layer, the main blade. You can see like the motif of it kind of with like the start of the stinger and then going around. And the main part that everyone's wanting to know, how does this gimmick work? So here is the gimmick. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, that plastic piece moves in and out depending on how the bit is locked in. And of course, it is your defense to attack, and more so, you'll have a more attack-oriented style with this, while its other side will be more defensive. So it just depends on how the bit interacts with the extreme line and how it just interacts with the extreme line, essentially. Because that's how it works. The gimmick is more so, as it hits that extreme line, it's going to be a much tougher blade and just more attack power comes from it. And overall, that is ScorpioSpear. It is a interesting balance type Beyblade, as it does have attack, defense, and stamina elements, as I do believe Zap will be not the greatest stamina Bey bit, but it will be a decent addition to the Beyblade X roster of bits. And I think with the gimmick this has and the weight of a fathomable god it has, it will be very interesting to see how it works. I'm not entirely sure what my weight is for my ScorpioSpear, but I'm pretty excited to see how it works and how it battles in the stadium. Speaking of, let's go on to the test battle. Okay, Extreme Dash. Very swift for a balance Bey. Let's see, did it activate? Looks like it did. Big hit from Silverwolf. Now Scorpio is on the attack. And ScorpioSpear stings its opposition. Try an angled launch here. Scorpio. Ooh, missed that extreme dash. Big hit from Scorpio. Stamina waster. And there goes Scorpio against Silverwolf. ScorpioSpear lining up for the attack. Extreme line. Scorpio is going. Let's try it full strength. Extreme dash. Interesting. Not a lot of stamina from Zap. So we'll put Silverwolf as a winner there. Scorpio lining up the shot. Come on, Scorpio. Ooh. It's that Zap bit for sure. It's got a mind of its own. And it's over. double extreme dash. Miss. Oh, it's out of stamina. Scorpio. Wow. Scorpio with the knockout. So, after the test battles, I really think that the main issue with ScorpioSpear happens to be the zap bit. I think that zap has a really hard time maintaining stamina as it does switch from the ferocity of attack to the stillness of a balanced defense and stamina type. I think that the gimmick is really interesting. I wouldn't say it's top tier or good, as there's still more testing to be done, and as it is a new release, it just depends on the weight. If you're gonna get it, I'd recommend it. It's a Beyblade that's going to be in the anime. It's going to be a Beyblade that's probably used in competitive a lot. And so I would buy it where you can have it and you can practice your own combos on it. And if you enjoyed the ScorpioSpear unboxing / review, please give a thumbs up, a subscribe, and ring the bell for more Beyblade videos just like this one. I will see you guys in the next one.